Good evening. It's just gone 6 o'clock. It's Saturday the 6th of April and welcome to our Saturday evening news programme. And apologies, this week we have a slightly shorter pre-recorded programme for you and we don't have all the usual features due to work commitments this weekend, but we will be back to normal next weekend. However, we have some headlines for you, and in the headlines this week it's been announced that new life is to be injected into a historic building in Weymouth Town Centre that has been closed for some time. The building in St Thomas's Street, known as the Rectory, has been bought by local property firm DJ Property, who plan to refurbish the building. An adjacent building, formerly the Body Shop, and more recently the jewellery store Queens of Weymouth, which was also forced to close its doors, has also been acquired by the firm. The Rectory used to be a popular pub restaurant at the heart of the local nighttime economy. Formerly known as the Old Rectory, Barracuda, and most recently the Clipper, the Grade 2 listed building has been empty for around 10 years, following the previous owner going into administration. DJ Property have not revealed yet what the refurbished property will be used for, but they intend to put significant investment into the building to bring it back into proper use. Mickey Jones, who's the chief executive at DJ Property, said, "We are thrilled to have acquired the Rectory and to save it from an uncertain future. This Georgian gem holds immense potential and we look forward to revitalising it to its former grandeur while preserving its unique architectural heritage. There are exciting plans to make the building the centre of the community, providing employment opportunities whilst respectfully restoring its former glory." So we wait with interest to see what happens to the Rectory in Weymouth. Now, it's time to apply for your free voter ID ahead of the May elections, as time is running out. Anyone who doesn't already have an accepted form of ID will need to apply before the deadline of 5 p.m. on the 24th of April. For the first time, voters in Dorset and across the country will need to show photo ID to receive their ballot paper at the next local elections on the 2nd of May. Those without an acceptable type of ID can apply for a new voter authority certificate online ahead of the elections, and if you just go to Google and search for voter authority certificate apply for, you will get to the website. Now, anyone who wants to have their say in the local elections this May also needs to be registered to vote. So if you are not registered to vote, the deadline for this is midnight on the 16th of April, and it only takes a few minutes to register online. And again, if you search on Google register to vote, you will get to the website where you can register to get your vote. Those that have an accepted form of ID already do not need to apply for their voter authority certificate. Accepted forms of ID include a UK, European Economic Area or Commonwealth passport, a UK or EEA driving licence, and some concessionary travel passes such as an older person's bus pass or an Oyster 60 Plus card. Voters will be able to use expired ID, such as of an out-of-date passport, if they are still recognisable from the photo. So make sure you've got your ID and make sure you are registered to vote. Now, two of the county's colleges have released more information on a proposed merger as they launch a public consultation that could offer what has been described as the biggest change in further education in Dorset since the 1940s. Weymouth College and Kingston Moorwood College are welcoming feedback ahead of a suggested merger, which should be in place in time for the new academic year starting in September. Plans for the merger were put forward last September with aims to combine the strengths of both institutions into one college that offers enhanced educational experience for students across the region. It's now been revealed that if agreed, the proposed merger will take place on Thursday the 1st of August, and it's estimated to have a combined college turnover after merger of around £24 million. The colleges have said that students will remain on the campus where they currently study, saying that at this stage there are no plans for students to travel between the campuses. According to the plans, the majority of students will continue to have their programmes delivered on the campus they currently expect to attend. Governing bodies from the colleges have set up a joint steering group to oversee the merger process and necessary legal and financial procedures, and both colleges will work to ensure any changes are as smooth as possible. The public consultation finishes on Tuesday, April the 30th, with an update on the outcomes to be released on Thursday, June the 27th. Now, if you want any more information on that, you can go to either the Weymouth College website or the Kingston Moorwood College website and look for information on public consultations or mergers. Young people from across Dorset were given a chance to debate topics close to their hearts at an event organised by the outgoing Member of Youth Parliament, Stanley Bowden. All the schools in Dorset were invited, and around 50 young people turned up to engage in a series of debates on issues affecting their lives and education. Stanley Bowden commented on the event's purpose. "I chose to have a debate because I think debates are an amazing way of learning about things. They push you to develop critical thinking skills and to question the world around you. They give you a sense of self, which helps you to question your own beliefs." This was a beginner-friendly event for people who are interested in gentle introduction in a safe space to how Parliament works. I encourage anyone who enjoyed it to involve themselves with the Dorset Youth Council, Schools Council, or even to join or start their own debate club at their school, says Stanley. Now, the first debate tackled the question of whether schools should be responsible for non-academic education. There were different opinions, with some suggesting schools should teach basic life skills through out-of-school clubs, while others believe that young people should take the initiative to learn these skills independently. The second debate centred on school uniforms and their impact on young people's identity and self-expression. The discussions highlighted contrasting views, with some participants feeling the uniforms could diminish bullying and prepare students for professional life, whereas others argued that it didn't let young people express their individuality and could lead to a bit of rebelling on the special days that they were allowed not to wear uniform. The final debate, Knowledge is Power, questioned how knowledge shaped their perspectives. The audience felt that it is actions informed by knowledge rather than knowledge for its own sake that was important. The event concluded with an opportunity for everyone to mingle and discuss their thoughts over tea and biscuits, fostering a sense of community and shared learning amongst Dorset's young people. Grants are available for those who wish to organise events for the D-Day 80th commemorations. Weymouth Town Council is thrilled to announce the exciting opportunity for local community groups and organisations to commemorate the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Grants of up to £350 are now available to support community-based events or activities, with a total of £3,500 being available for local groups. The money can be used to fund costs such as food, refreshments, decorations, entertainment, equipment, activity materials, display, insurance, venue hire and marketing costs. Jane Biscombe, who's the town clerk of Weymouth, said, "We are excited to offer these grants to support the incredible work being done by our community groups in Weymouth. These funds will enable organisations to host events and activities to commemorate the 80th anniversary of D-Day." Now, if you require advice or guidance about applying for those grants, give Weymouth Town Council a call on 01305 239 839. That's 01305 239 839. Or drop an email to office@weymouthtowncouncil.gov.uk. That's office@weymouthtowncouncil.gov.uk. And if you wish to apply for a grant, those applications need to be in by the 24th of May. And grants are not available for any commercial events. They are purely for community events. Now, officers investigating the theft of items from a petrol station in Regis are issuing a CCTV image of a man they would like to identify, and you can see that image on screen now. It's reported that between 1:40 a.m. and 2 a.m. on Thursday the 4th of April, various items were stolen by two men from the Shell petrol station in North Street. The offenders left the scene in a black Mercedes E220 in the direction of Wimborne. Police Constable Josh Herwood of Purbeck Police said, "We are carrying out inquiries into this incident and would like to hear from anyone who may have been in the area of the petrol station around the relevant time and has information to assist our investigations. I'm issuing a CCTV image of a man I'd like to identify and would ask anyone who recognises him to please get in touch." Now, as usual, you can get in touch with Dorset Police by telephone on 101, and if you wish to give any information anonymously, you can do this via the Crime Stoppers charity on 0800 555 111. That's 0800 555 111. Now, plans to turn a former Weymouth nightclub into 6 flats have been criticised for overdensity and lack of space for waste storage. Cheek Bar and Club in Maiden Street in Weymouth closed its doors for the final time on Saturday, March the 30th. The venue had operated as a nightclub in the town for 60 years, but new plans could see the venue become 6 flats. Cheek has also been known as Actors, Harry's and the Steering Wheel. The plans would see the bar turned into 6 small flats. The existing sash windows would be refurbished and reglazed to their original condition. Developers say reopening some of the blocked up windows and doors on the New Street elevation will also improve the current dilapidated appearance. In a meeting of Weymouth Town Councillors, concerns were raised that the 6 flats had no space for storage of litter and bikes. Councillor Luke Wakeling said, "The flats are all quite small. I like density, but these are quite dense. My concerns are a lack of bin storage and bike storage, somewhere to securely keep a bike in the absence of parking. I suggest that they take one of the flats out and made one of the ground floor flats into a yard or garage for litter storage. If I was a young person working, I may consider living somewhere compact like this, but we don't want families living in something this small. Bin collections are now fortnightly. Who wants to keep litter in their kitchen for 2 weeks?" Now, the comments made by the local councillors will go to Dorset Council, which has the final decision on the planning application for this property. Now, following from the success of last year's event, Weymouth Town Council's Community Expo returns in May at the town's iconic Jubilee Clock on the seafront. The event is a twist on the council's annual town meeting, where you can find out more about the work of the council and the council services and projects. It also highlights the work of voluntary and community groups operating for the benefit of the communities in Weymouth. Plus, you'll also get the chance to meet the new Mayor of Weymouth and hear a short annual report from the town clerk on what the council has done over the past year and how it spends taxpayers' money. If you are a local charity or community group who would like to take part and run a stall at the free event, then Weymouth Town Council would love to hear from you. A lot of community groups have already signed up, and some of those that have signed up are Weymouth Samaritans, Beach Babes Weymouth, Ready Easy Dorset, Skills and Learning, Weymouth Vehicle Preservation Society, Volunteer Centre Dorset, Weymouth and Portland Marine Litter Project, Age UK, Park Community Centre, Weymouth Football Club and Citizens Advice. The event runs from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday the 18th of May, with stalls located in the area of the Jubilee Clock. If your organisation would like a stall, please email Charlotte Emery, Charlotte Emery at weymouthtown.council.gov.uk by Friday the 3rd of May. And finally, in the headlines this weekend, after a somewhat wet Easter weekend, weather across the county is set to brighten up with sunny spells, according to the Met Office. Temperatures will reach highs of 15 centigrade across the county this weekend. However, the Met Office have said it could still be quite windy. A spokesperson for the Met Office warned that it would be a windy weekend with gales on Saturday, perhaps giving travel disruption. Showers are forecast, although the spokesperson said that the area will be generally drier than of late, with sunny spells. They added that temperatures will be above average. And for the weekend in Weymouth, it looks like Saturday will be cloudy, changing to light rain by lunchtime, with up to 15 centigrade temperature. Sunday, sunny intervals changing to light showers by late morning with highs of 13 centigrade. And Monday, cloudy with highs of 13 centigrade. And that's the end of our news headlines in this week's programme. And in our shorter programme this week, it's now time to go over to Andrew Wright for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to Wyke Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. Last week, Godzilla Kong: The New Empire arrived in cinemas. The film is the 5th film in the Monsterverse and is a sequel to 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong. The film stars Rebecca Hall and Brian Tyree Henry reprising their roles from Versus, alongside English actor Dan Stevens, most famous for Downton Abbey and Legion, who joins the cast as a new character. In this film, Kong encounters more of his species in the Hollow Earth and must unite with Godzilla to stop their tyrannical leader and a powerful climate-changing titan from destroying the surface world. Now, I went to see this film in cinemas last weekend, and it was exactly the kind of big thrill film I enjoy. Whilst the film employs the usual faulty script that's standard for the franchise, the film delivered absolutely mind-blowing visuals and epic kaiju action. So I give the film a very generous 4 stars out of 5. This weekend, the action thriller film Monkey Man releases in cinemas. The film is the directorial debut of its lead actor, Dev Patel, who became famous for his roles in Slumdog Millionaire and The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. The film revolves around Kid, an anonymous young man who goes on a journey to hunt down a group of corrupt leaders who are responsible for his mother's death, only for his journey of exacting revenge to make him a saviour to the poor and powerless people who are tormented by the corrupt leaders. The film seems to feature an entirely Indian supporting cast, because I think it was shot in India. The film had its world premiere in March at South by Southwest, where it received 90% positive reviews from critics, who praised the film's action and socio-political commentary. The film is in cinemas this weekend, however it's rated 18, so be aware, but I'm told that the film is 2 hours long, but I'm told that the 18 rated violence is contained to the second half of the film. Also releasing this weekend is the supernatural horror film, The First Omen. The film is a prequel to the 1976 Omen film, and this film stars Nell Tiger-Free, Ralph Ineson, Bill Nye, and Charles Dance. The film follows an American woman who is sent to work at a church in Rome, who uncovers a sinister conspiracy to bring about the birth of the Antichrist. The film has made movie headlines because of a body horror element in a birthing sequence, resulting in the film nearly getting America's most restrictive rating. I'm quite surprised that the film is rated 15 over here, but be aware, it's not for the faint of heart. Even I'm reluctant to consider watching the film at some point. The film The First Omen is in cinemas this weekend. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I'll be reviewing the home video release of Taika Waititi's Next Goal Wins. It's already out on Disney Plus, but I forgot when it came out, so I'll just be waiting until next week to watch it. And I'll be previewing the new Alex Garland film Civil War. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you very much, Andrew. We'll be back with Andrew next week. Now, in our shorter programme tonight, we go straight to our What's On section. And coming up for you in the days and weeks ahead at Weymouth Pavilion, 11th of April, Clyde busting the music of Kate Bush. 12th of April, the Sooty Show's 75th birthday special. 13th of April, Easter pantomime Beauty and the Beast. 14th of April, Emilio Santoro as Elvis. 17th of April, Miles Jupp on I Bang. And 18th of April, The Hound of the Baskervilles. As ever, more information on those and other things happening at Weymouth Pavilion on their website, weymouthpavilion.com, or give the box office a ring on 01305 783 225. Knowth Fort still got their Easter funfair on until the 14th of April. 27th of April, Victorian Falconry and Hawking. 4th to the 6th of May, Victorian Children's Events. 25th of May to 2nd of June, Pirates of the Knowth Fort. And of course 3rd of June, D-Day 80th anniversary exhibition starts. And on the 15th of August, A Midsummer Night's Dream. More information on those and other events at the Knowth Fort available at www.knowthfort.org.uk. In terms of Arts Reach, we still await the release of their programme for April onwards. I'm sure that will be out very, very soon, and we will share that with you as soon as we get any detail. Now, turn to church services in Wyke Regis this weekend. Just one service tomorrow. That's the family-friendly Cafe Church service at All Saints Church at 9:30 a.m. Now that brings us almost to the end of this evening's shorter programme, but just to remind you, I will be here with the quiz as usual live at 7:30 p.m. tonight. Do join me. Family friendly quiz free of charge for the whole community. All the usual fun and the usual regime live here at 7:30. Now if you've got any events or news for me for future programmes, do drop me an email at news@wykeregis.tv. That's news@wykeregis.tv. I would love to hear from you. Well, that brings us to the end of this week's programme. I will be back with you with the normal programme next week at 6 o'clock. Hope you have a good weekend and a good rest of your Easter break if you're still on Easter break. And I will see you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.